CNN with Jamie Cooper.
Brought to you by the Coleman Dental Group.
Give me bad information.
Somebody put me on mute.
I did, sorry.
Yeah.
It is not 44 degrees. I apologize. It's 34 degrees. It's going to be 44 degrees. It's just cold. Bundle up.
She's got a remote now where she can mute you.
And a zap caller. Stop it.
All right, let's do some news. Front page headlines. Gun sales are booming, not only here but also in Decatur. Talked to my buddy Joe Knight the other day, and over where he is, Last Resort Guns over County Line Road. They're booming there too. Says here, since the President Obama announced his plan for a more restrictive gun control package, Decatur dealers said they've already experienced record sales of guns and ammunition, Tom. Especially that AK-47. How much are they? I may just go buy me one just to have. Can you get one?
I don't know what they are.
Greg, can you pick us up a couple of them?
Yeah.
If they ban it, what happens to the people that own them? They still own them? It's not illegal?
Yeah, if they ban them, you just can't buy them anymore.
Won't be able to buy
Well,
them.
that's like the last few days. I've been working down there in Limestone Pond, rents from the pawn shop by Randy King. And I've been working in the building there, and it's unreal, the traffic they've
Really?
coming out with guns and going in.
Wow.
Front page in USA Today, line drawn on guns. Washington in a sweeping second-term gamble that puts the White House at the center of the nation's decisive gun debate. Obama laid out gun safety agenda, called on America and Congress to get behind a dramatic plan. Now, one of the things I did hear yesterday from one of the people up in Congress, they said that they're wanting to ban these guns at school, not allow people to have guns at school too. And they're saying, well, now, wait a minute. Your two daughters are protected by guns at school each and every day by the Secret Service. So why should any other kids be different?
Right.
Did y'all hear that too?
That's true,
Used.
but you just think, you use a teacher, for example, over at Huntsville. If you put guns in, I mean, they're not going to know who's got them. What are you going to do if one of those persons turn with that gun that they've got?
Well, look what Amy Bishop did.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what she did. She brought that in and then killed three of them. Editorial out of the Decatur Daily this morning. Vice President Joe Biden is known for frequent gaffes, and he made one of the biggest one on gun control. Heading into a task force formed in the wake of Connecticut shooting, Biden began his discourse with a threat. The president, he said, could address the problem with executive orders, meaning he could go around Congress and immediately do it. It was a tone-deaf statement that reflected a complete ignorance of how fearful many in the nations, most notably in Alabama, are of federal power in general and President Barack Obama in particular. Decatur Daily editorial this morning. Hey, now coming up tomorrow, Rex Davis is going to be with us. Rex is a big gun person also, advocate of that. They're doing a major, a big rally along with Representative Dan Williams and some other folks, 9 o'clock this Saturday morning on the courthouse squares. And it said also not only guns selling got quickly, but stocks on gun makers are also going up right now. Locally, here's some news out of Decatur Daily. Renovation of the Limestone County Courthouse will be moved forward unless an historic architect expert quickly finds a way to save the marble staircase, according to Limestone County Commissioner Stanley Menifee. Now, they're going to tear those out, the way I understand it. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know, and put in an elevator.
There's already an elevator down there.
Well, I know, but I guess evidently they're putting in another one. Removing the marble staircase is cutting the heart out of the building, is what the Historic Commission is saying.
What are they going to do with it?
Oh, I don't know. Congratulations to Athens robotic team. They nabbed first place award. Here they are right here. First year of competition, the Athens robot team earned its first place trophy at the first Lego League State tournament in Huntsville this past Saturday. That in the News Courier this morning. And as Zach just said, Tanner's Fred Rich was named 2A Lineman of the Year. He did not get Mr. Football. That went to another guy on another school. I can't remember which one. Oh, yeah. Carver Montgomery quarterback Jeremy Johnson, an Auburn commitment, won Mr. Football honors by the closest margin in the awards history over the weekend. He beat out the guy going to Alabama by 2 votes. Pretty Good. Oh, don't forget now, the movie that they made here in Athens, The Hell of Mr. Fudge, it is returning this weekend to be played here. Our own Brad Pullum had a song in that, I do believe. It says here, the summer that took Athens by storm, a California-based film company shot a feature-length movie in the town in 2011. People took to the internet and clogged phone lines, telling everyone they knew to come to Athens State to be an extra in the movie. The movie is The Hell of Mr. Fudge. Will be showing here at the theater, I think this Friday and Saturday. It's going to be here for a week. So if you, the real-life Edward Fudge, the subject of the film, was a preacher in Athens in the 1970s. He now lives with his wife in Texas. Either one of y'all see this movie?
No.
But a lot of people from Athens are in it. Okay, here's one for you out of Kansas City. A convicted rapist who unsuccessfully challenged Kansas sex offender rehab program before the U.S. Supreme Court, then co-founded a talent agency after he was released. He's 55 years old. Now is accused of raping a 14-year-old girl at knife point in a Tennessee hotel. He started a talent agency after serving 20 years in prison for molesting a teenage girl. This girl's parents let this 14-year-old, he never had to register as a sex offender because he was in prison before all that, he had to do all that.
Wow.
So he gets this 14-year-old girl, takes her supposedly to a talent thing, and then leaves her in a hotel after molesting her for 2 days.
Oh my God.
So
He ought to go back to the pen.
yeah, well, and it says here, federal officials report that a deadly syndrome killing bats nationwide has now reached the iconic Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky. Called the white nose syndrome, 90% death rate among bats, and it's spread to 19 states. I saw a thing on this the other day on one of the, I think it was on CBS. And talking about the SEC, how much money they're going to be getting. Already home to many of the nation's best financed college athletic programs, the Southeastern Conference are going to be getting as much as $10 to $14 million more for each team in the league coming up in a couple of years. This would be at least a 50% increase in the SEC's per-take school, which could be close to, Greg, next in 14-15, $34 million each year in revenue per school.
Well, maybe the fees will go down some.
And they're also coming out with SEC TV. They're going to have that too, and they'll get all the revenue from that. All right, Greg, somebody's out driving today. Should the snow get, what's the worst thing that they could do when they?
Well, the main thing's that black ice. I mean, if you get that black ice, you don't, I mean, I've done it. You don't know you're on top of it till you hit the brakes, and that's the main thing. Do not be going slow enough where you ain't got to hit the brakes, because you ain't got no control when you hit the brakes.
Well, is the temperature supposed to drop today? I thought it was going to get up to like the low 40s.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have no ice. They said snow. I don't think we're going to have no ice. I hope not.
Well, snow's a lot easier to drive. It's not going to, and most of that is going south of here, right?
The worst of it, yes.
Yeah, worst of it. So we're going to be missing out again on getting some snowfall this morning.
They said the boys yesterday was hurt pretty bad in that wreck out there on the interstate.
That truck that overturned yesterday morning about 4 o'clock. All right. Let me take a break on Thursday morning, maybe snowing a little bit later on this morning. Everything open right now. Some schools I know are going to let out at 10. I don't think any of those are locally.
Some delayed and some letting out early.
We'll talk more about the Notre Dame situation in just a moment, too. Let's take a break. Y'all, hang on.
They said